Hello and welcome back to Software Inc. Dumpster Fire Studios, episode 8. Today we're going to be focused on getting Crystal Blade released, as well as supporting Landfill Tycoon 3, potentially doing a DLC. We'll see what happens with that, or an expansion pack. To kick it off, let's do some education here. See what we got. One of our marketers wants education in designing, which is pretty much a designer. I'm not sure why, and artist. Let's go ahead and do in the same skill set there, and then get caught up on a few more things. I'll do those off camera. We're gonna get development really quick done with Crystal Blade, get that into beta, get some stuff rolling, catch up with you when something interesting happens. All right, one thing I did notice was our servers were gone, which was pretty annoying. We had the burglars come in. That's hard for me to say. We had some thieves come in and they stole our servers. I thought it added it back, but apparently it did not. So we're gonna go ahead, repair a room. Yeah. And you know what's really weird is I've added these things. I did not add that outside, but I added also a security camera, which just keeps disappearing. I must have missed an event or something. So let's go ahead and add that there. So we got this server. I don't know. So we had a problem because the server was missing. Let's go ahead and make sure we have things. Actually, let's go ahead and set that to 0 since that's the new one. And I think that's the only one that needs a server right now. So that should be fine. But yeah, so that's something to keep an eye on. But that was kind of silly, but we're at 99% code in June here that it's about to become. We should finish that and be able to go into the beta phase of Crystal Blade. Support is chugging along. We can probably do another update here. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll use main for the server on that one, get all those bugs fixed, get that update going, and go ahead and promote this into beta. We're gonna mark it. We'll do a press release. And we're going to do this again. We're going to mark it, and we're going to say in October of 1992, Crystal Blade's coming out. Oh boy. Oh boy. And we're going to hit 20 million this episode. I guarantee it. We'll get back to you in October when it's time to release our next game. Okay, we're going to leave the game paused. One thing I noticed, I was messing around. I jumped in here and I was like, what if we did a game? And we clicked on 3D. No longer says operating system. This feature requires a 3D editor, but there are none on the market. So let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar here. Antivirus, audio tool, sports game, another game. Here we have 2D. I do not see in any upcoming releases a 3D editor. Pen 8's about to come out though. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna develop some software. We are going to develop a 3D editor. And at this point, we're gonna, oh man, should we design 3D editor? Nikki is auto-selected, so that's fine. No publisher. We will do dev team 1 on that, and we'll see how that works out. We might be missing some, but how do we, if we do this, that does not auto-select features for us. I wasn't sure. And we're gonna put on server 0. We need to rename that. But let's go ahead and jump around here and try to get as many things as possible. So that puts us at 100. Saying it's 110. Wow, category default. Oh, why did that reset? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Skinning, hair, liquid, particles, and there we go. Now it's saying we have too many artists. That's fine. We'll go to advance here. We need to select some things, right? It's going to be on that operating system, which is probably the only 3D operating system is my guess. And we're going to go ahead and develop it. You haven't picked a name. That's true. That is true. So this is going to be Dumpster 3D. Dumpster 3D. and we're going to develop it. And we're going to then, after that, the next iteration of our games as our sequels are going to be in 3D. It's 1992. Historically, I'm not sure when the first 3D game came out. I guess I could probably look that up, but we're going to take a look here. Landfill Tycoon 2's marketing's losing money. Let's kill that. Landfill Tycoon 3's marketing's doing great. We did lose money that month. But we're going to get to October. We're going to have another game out, another game for support, another game to do updates on, which we're going to do just the bug fixes on this one as well. And we'll get back. The October workday of 1992 is come and gone, and it is time to release Crystal Blade. 5 stars, 4 stars, 2 stars. They don't know what they're talking about. All right, we're going to drop another 30 grand, and we are going to be aggressive with 250,000 again, and we're going to see what happens. This is exciting. We're going to come over here, and we're going to have people bored. We are going to have people bored for a little bit. Support is going to be good. We can instantly do an update here of the new game. We'll pick the tools based on users. Audio tool based on users. We'll do the upgrade. Dev team 2, we'll put on that as well. Design iteration 2 of Dumpster Fire 3D is going. No increase in money that month, probably because of all those copies we bought. We'll release that, and then we're going to get one going. We're just going to let that sit until we have a good amount of bugs, and then we'll release it. This one, let's see. Let's do another update. We're going to do the same thing on Landfill Tycoon. We're going to let it get up to a good amount of bugs and go from there. Another year is coming and going. We're just auto doing the raises there. 15,000 users on Crystal Blade seems to be going okay. We got 53,000 on Landfill Tycoon 3. So we're little over 1 star in adventure, 3.5 stars on simulation. Be interesting, but we have iteration 2 almost done on our next software. We'll go ahead and jump forward to where we're going to move into the development phase of that. All right, a couple things happening here. It looks like maybe in April we'll hit 20 million, but iteration 4 is in progress. So we're going to go ahead and develop that, and we're going to see how quickly that comes along. Details wise, I think we'll be okay. It looks like we're going to have a good amount of people spread across that to work on it. Sales are going good. We're 44,000, almost 45,000 active users on Crystal Blade. Landfill Tycoon 3 is starting to decrease big time though. So yeah, we did hit 20 million. All right, okay. Dumpster Fire 3D has reached alpha, but it still doesn't have any followers. Make sure, yeah, so we are starting the marketing campaign there. I got that started a little late, which was probably a mistake because we have no followers. Nobody knows that we would even think about doing anything other than a game. So it'll be really interesting when that does come out. But let's hit pause because let's turn our team labels on here. The design team is bored. I don't know if that would help. You're adding too many teams, but if they're bored and idle, that goes away. Who's idle now? Design dev team 2 has nothing assigned to them. So we can do that. Let's see if we look at Crystal Blade expansion pack and we just do the minimum. We're just going to do the absolute minimum for this expansion pack just to get one going and do that. That should help. And we're going to do a couple iterations. Those are fast. Marketing, we'll go ahead and do a little press release of that. Marketing, we'll do a little bit of a hype machine. We'll get that going. We got a lot going on to balance here. I'm going to pause, make sure I get caught up on everything, and I'll report back to you when there's something cool to talk about. Our massive expansion pack is close to going into beta as we get it here. I think beta, and then let's see, let's go ahead and release that. We're going to promote that. No bugs to fix. We'll release it. Not bad. Not bad. We're just going to do a tiny little marketing budget of 10,000 for that. And active users were, let's just do 50,000. If we run out, it'll let us know. Landfill Tycoon, we did another update. There's the marketing effort, losing money on it. Losing money. Not too bad. So we have another update here that's going to finish for Crystal Blade, as it still has a good 53,000 active users. Landfill Tycoon 3, I'm going to say it's kind of a bust. It's kind of a bust. So let's go ahead and, can we validate that? Let's see, that is the bottom one. Units sold. Yeah, it's not really catching up to the other ones. Money-wise, not too bad. Not the best. Retail price, Crystal Blade, we did it 79,000 or $79. We're gonna drop that to 60 now. Landfill Tycoon 3, we're going to change it to $45. We're gonna look at our units are pretty good on both of those. So we could be wasting money a little bit on some things, but not too stressed about it. We'll get that release out as well. And we are about 25% away from getting Dumpster 3D into beta, which is exciting, because that opens up a lot for us. Trying to be one of the first companies in the world to have a 3D game. We did a review of Dumpster Fire 3D. It was at 9.1 already, so that's the only review we're going to do, but it did push us back a ton development-wise. A ton. And I'm almost to the point where... what team is working on this? Both dev teams. Do we need to look at our employees and potentially after this is done, let's go look at these games. So if we go to game and we go to simulator and we turn off, if we do, oh, we can't do that yet. But can we not have 2D graphics, or do we need both? I think we need both. So we'll hold course. We'll get this going. We'll get this up to 100%. It is catching up a lot faster. It's getting back to where it was pretty quickly. It was at about 90%, or I think the art was done and we were just waiting for the code. So we'll get back up to that. This is taking way longer than I thought. It was about a year, but I think that's because we don't have the right type of developers. We don't have we don't have all of our developers on 3D. So there's really, even though we have 11 or all of them, we don't have a ton of them being able to catch up. You can see the 3D graphics here. They're busting that out pretty quick, and then they're going to jump over to these other phases, which then do help, and they only need 2 stars, 1 star, 1 star. So in theory, we should be good with the employee group that we have as we jump forward to get another day going, and we're losing money. These games didn't do as well. They didn't sustain our income as long as I thought they would. But that's okay. We're a bigger company. We're going to go through these ups and downs because of the amount of employees we have. And yeah, that's next episode. I think we are going to get into the automation, the project management part of this game. Definitely, we're going to do that. As we get close to the beta phase of Dumpster 3D, we realize we still have 0 followers. We're going to release that press release. We're going to allow hype to continue, not a review, and then we're going to go back to marketing. We're going to do another press release, start getting that going. And hopefully that means by the time this is released, that one's pretty well along. We can get a little more followers. The reality is we don't really care about the sales of this. It's going to be really nice because it is going to be a bump financially. As you see, we're starting to bleed and we're going to drop below 200 million or 20 million again here soon. But it's going to open up. Yes, the burglars went home empty-handed. It's going to open up the ability to make 3D games like we've talked about many times. And that is the goal here. Just didn't think it would take as long as it did. We'll have to rethink some of that to be a little bit more efficient as a company, because we shouldn't, at this point, it's tough to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like half the year losing money and the other half of the year, doing pretty good. So we'll see. We didn't do any porting of these games. That might have hurt us a little bit, but let's get some followers going on this. They're hyping it. We are losing them, but this last 4% of code, my goodness, is taking forever. So we'll get that done. We'll get into beta. We're going to get that released before this episode's up because I want to see how that's going. And then we're going to have a fun episode next where we're going to start the 3D adventure with some project management. We're just going to get things going with automation and really just hopefully have constant release after release after release after release, so we don't have these red months anymore after that. All right, we are finally able to promote Dumpster Fire 3D. We're going to go to marketing. It is July. We are going to go to November of 1994. And we're going to say that's when it's coming out. We're also going to go back to that, do some marketing, do a press release of that. Nothing there. And then this marketing, we're already marketing right in a press release. That's good. We got some beta, 5 followers, 34 bugs, not too bad. We're going to get that released. We're going to see our first month of sales, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to go from there. Maybe we'll get some updates of these going. We're just going to do bug fixes. We're not going to be too concerned with upgrading those games anymore. We're just going to get the bug fixes done, get people busy, having some work done while we're doing the bug fixes on Dumpster Fire 3D as well to get us to November, and I will see you in November. It is early morning, November 1994. We have some bug fixes going on both of our games, bug fixes going on Dumpster Fire. Hopefully we can get to about 300 bug fixes on that, and we're going to release it tonight. We're going to, I don't know how it's going to go. No clue. I think it'll be fine. But again, it opens up the door for us to jump into the 3D gaming world like we wanted to for a while. Everyone's gone home. We are going to hit the release button. Yeah, oh, no. Let's go ahead and release the press release, and then we will release it as well. Ooh. Ew. Not bad. We'll take that. We're going to go 25,000 on this one. And the amount, we'll start with 100,000. We're going to spend $200,000 on copies, and we're gonna see what happens here. Active users 0. Skip to December. 49,768 active users. You can have your raises. Let's pause it. Finances, $3 million. $5.6 million in sales. What in the world? Dumpster Fire 3D in stock. We're gonna go ahead, just get on top of this. We're gonna order 250,000 copies of this. We are going to jump ahead and we'll hold the phone. Update. Let's go into our release here and look at, can I close some of these things? Because I don't need to see them. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, the add-ons is right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna go here and port. And art, why not? There's nothing to port it to. Okay. If we do updates, we can update it a lot though. A lot. So this might be a huge cash cow for us. And out of curiosity, nobody's interested in buying. It's too new. I was just going to see if we get a huge amount of cash for that. Well, I don't want to go too far into the future because I don't want to lose the opportunity to develop those games, but this one's not making us money. We're going to end the marketing on that. How is support going? We only have 2,000 people. We're going to end support on that. Support is going to be #1 priority on Dumpster Fire 3D. That update's ready to go. Crystal Blades close. We'll get that going. And we're making $4 million profit on... what in the world? Now we have 80,000 users. And... just... wow. Profit already at 5 million. Widespread marketing. We have plenty in stock. We have a lot sold already. 89,000 sold. But again, remember, it was an expensive game, so money's gonna be a lot higher on that. But that's insane. What's the dark room here? You don't have a light in here? They do, they just have it off. Okay. So they just have it off, that's why the lighting's low. I think that's where we're gonna leave it. That's exciting. We got a little update of Dumpster Fire. Actually, let's finish the update. Let's finish the update. I think we can sneak it in. That one's good. We'll go over here. Get the bugs in. Couple more bugs, 1%. We'll finish that. We'll get that out. We'll see how January's sales are. And we'll call it from there. We are now at 111,000 active users. It's time to deposit some money. It's time to deposit about $10 million. And that puts 23 million in our bonds, which were already giving us 22,000. So that should about double per month, which would be really, really cool if we could get that to the point where it's covering HR, but that's a long ways away. Let's pause it. Let's save it. We're in a good state here. Just out of curiosity, some things have happened. It's always over here. Let's go here and see if we can port it yet. Nothing to port it to still. And I don't know. Yeah, it's not an expansion. You can't do expansion packs to software like that. We could do a sequel, but we don't really need to yet. It's very, very new. Very exciting, very cool, changes things a lot for us. If we now go into development here, we go to a game and we go to our simulation game, we can click on 3D graphics and we're gonna use software that is our own so we don't have to pay for it, which is even better. But we do have to keep 2D. But if we also, let's just kind of pre-build one here. Let's go into our releases, Tycoon 3. Let's do make a sequel and add 3D. Instantly have a ton of waste, and we're looking very much like 2 years of development. I'm confused on recommended. I guess that's the teams we have because it has all of our teams in there, right? Yeah. So if we just did art and dev team 1. 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll figure that out next episode, but we will get our games going in 3D, and it looks like our 3D software might be funding that anyways. Very exciting, very cool episode. A lot happened. Maybe we change to a software company that makes, 3D software and that's it. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Dumpster Fire Studios on the next episode. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you on the next one.